Hi y'all, it's your girl Chrissy Dior. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Chrissy Dior, and if you are returning, you already know the drill. So I'm not gonna lie, I stopped watching Baddies Miss West a long time ago because these seasons get so dragged out and like it be mad repetitive and so boring. But I was not missing this reunion, and I'm pretty caught up on the drama. So if you would like to hear my thoughts on this reunion, please give this a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the channel so you can keep updated on other content, and also comment down about how y'all felt about this. Now let's get this going. So pretty much Zeus do these long ass recaps. Nobody needs to know about what happened on this 25-30 episode season. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I could tell that they were running out of ideas, because I'm like, why is it taking 25 episodes? I'm gonna need y'all to be all the way real. So they do this long recap. I immediately skipped it. I'm like, I do not need to know about what happened. So everyone starts pulling out one by one, and when I tell you the looks was giving, it was giving. Everybody ate their looks up. I'm not gonna lie, Yoshi came. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about Yoshi. Yoshi became so irrelevant, and I forgot about the bitch. Like, she was there for 2 episodes and she voluntarily dipped, so I forgot about her. So Bobby Lights and Saucy Santana come. They were at the previous reunion, so I'm excited for them to be here. So then they open it up with Big Legs, Summer, Dolly, and Rolly talking. Y'all peep Rolly came in with her little dog. That's some little shade from Scotty, because you know Scotty with her dog Capri, right? But we gonna get good with that. So apparently Summer and Rolly, they talk things out and they apologize about what happened at the Baddies Africa auditions. They felt like it was a misunderstanding. It was stupid. So they pretty much apologized. And then we later see Ivory, Paula, and Jasmine. They're talking. Polly says she's standing on business. Ivory says she's standing on business. Pretty much everyone is on the same page tonight. And then we see Anna, Biggie, Tasiki, and Scotty. They're talking. I'm not gonna lie, everybody looked good. Just like I said, everybody looked good. So then Scotty brings up about how Rolly called her cockeyed. And she also explains how Rolly felt some kind of way towards her about the whole post she made about Slim after the episode dropped. So Biggie pretty much was like, why didn't you say something when the episode, when it was filming the episode? Why did you wait till the episode dropped to the public to say something? I'm like, you see, Biggie, we all know why. Scotty did it to protect herself, to save face. She did it as a way of damage control. Like, what? Like, so then, Anna said that in the scene, she actually did feel bad about Slim, but she wanted Slim to stand on her own 2 feet and stand on business. And I'm like, that's kind of contradicting, because you should have told Biggie that. Your own friend does the same thing. But are you giving her the same advice that you said about Slim? So, yeah. So, we later see Tinka, Nunu, Jayla, Jaden, and Diamond. Nunu, messy ass, she brings up a situation where Tinka and Jayla got into a heated argument. And it was on record, on a video. Tinka feels like Natalie is not really Jayla's friend, doesn't have her back, because what kind of friend just sits there, let you be in a fight, knowing that, you're not really winning? Like, Natalie should have got in the paint, but Natalie, she's not really nobody's friend. So you could tell, like, it's getting under Jayla's skin, because Jayla flips the script and says how Tinka and Meatball was dick-eating each other and calling each other sisters last season. I'm like, the difference between Tinka and Meatball and you and Jayla and Natalie, Tinka and Meatball actually had each other's backs. Like, granted, both of them could fight for, themselves, but they guaranteed have each other's backs. You, Jailer, is mad because this girl who you calling your friend doesn't really have your back. And that's what's bothering you. So Jayla is yelling and crying, getting all mad and stuff because pretty much Tinka clocked her tea. And I'm like, Jayla, you clocked her tea too. So it's like, you can't get mad. So she's just like, oh, I'm everything. I'm not a dummy. Da 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 da. So what's her name? Tinka pulls out her phone, and you know this little like iOS thing where like you can pretty much audio record people. So Tinka was like, I'm gonna just record you based on what you said. And she like, not for nothing, when you get like this, it's because you in defense mode. You get offended when people tell you the truth. I said, oh. So Emma and Yoshi, they walk in where what's their names? They walk in, and immediately Summer starts fighting her. And then you see Dolly jumping in the fight with her Edward Scissorhand ass. And this is why I would never respect Dolly, because Summer literally fought her, correct? Why did you feel like you needed to jump her? And more so with Big Lex, you're corny as fuck. Because you sat there, laughed while that girl was getting jumped. And then when the fight ended, you had the nerve to say, stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready. The bitch didn't expect to get jumped. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, you sound so stupid. You sat there, watched this girl get jumped, and you didn't do nothing about it. You just sat there and laughed. So I hope she runs her fade with you too. Run that fade with Summer, Dolly, and Big Legs too. Just because bitches think that shit was funny. So, Saucy and Janisa, they're talking about, you know, the upcoming reunion. Saucy's calling it Judgment Day. And he's saying that size don't matter. I said, okay, this is the kind of energy that we on. So, next thing you know, they cut that. Natalie is looking for Mel. She says hi to one of the bodyguards. He addressed her as baby girl. What? What the fuck are we on? Like, so I'm so distracted on what Natalie is wearing, because what the fuck are you wearing? Like, you too old for that shit. So Mel says she's leaving. She says she feels outnumbered, and she doesn't understand why the whole house is like against her and want like to fight her. And I'm like, bitch, you were just talking shit about everybody, the entire cast. What did you expect? Like, and not for nothing, I didn't understand why was you talking about the whole cast when the main reason why you came on the show was because of Ivory. So not only, your real issue is with Ivory, it's not with everybody else, it's with Ivory. So I would have had care less. You know what I'm saying? So Mel is starting to leave. She goes downstairs so she can go home. Why she go downstairs and she sees Ivory? So she feels like she's getting set up. Me personally, I would have felt set up too. Because if I'm telling you that I got a personal problem with somebody and I'm leaving because I feel like I'm going to get ganged up and beat up, why would one of my ops be sitting outside waiting for me? That don't make sense. So Mel is just going on. She's like, suck my dick, suck my dick, suck my dick. They're just going back and forth saying crazy, wild shit with each other. So she eventually leaves. But before then, Mel was like, oh, I feel set up. I feel set up. Now you're like, that's not going to happen. Mel was like, I know that because I'm not letting that happen. I was like, yeah, because what we doing? Like, I would have felt some kind of way too. But she eventually leaves. So we have a live audience again. Yay. So I'm not gonna lie, Natalie Wannabe Johnson is so fucking bad. When I tell you so fucking bad, because she opens up with a little performance and she brings out the guy who went viral on TikTok for like shaking his ass to her song. And I'm just like, you hate the girl, but you copying her moves. Like, okay, Bobby introduced Janisa. She looks good. I'm not gonna lie, she looks good. Saucy comes out and says that there's a couple fights that he's wants to see. He wants to see Dolly versus Tasiki. He wants to see Lex versus Tasiki. Even though they don't got no problems with each other, he mostly want to see that fight because Tasiki is always jumping in everyone's fights, protecting the one person, Anna. But when it comes down her own battles, she be like, oh, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. So Saucy was asked who his least fave was. One of the audience members was like Tasiki. I'm like, oh, but he ended up saying Tinka, and I'm like, that's so weird, but okay. Saucy feel like it's gonna be a lot of ass whoopings, and it's simply because a lot of people was very confessional gangsters. Like, they had a lot to say in their confessionals, but when it came down to in person actually saying it to their face, they was mute. So I was like, I couldn't agree more. So Natalie comes out and said that Mel ran, she was being pussy, and I'm like, don't be trying to lie. Like, granted, Mel did leave, but it was the fact, like, she felt set up. And not for nothing, you had all this energy now, but where was that energy at when when both of y'all was outside? Because you looked hella scared, though. But Scotty, Diamond, and Tasiki comes out. So Diamond was the last person to come out. She starts with hugging Natalie, right? As soon as she hugs Natalie, she slaps her. And she immediately starts running. I'm like, why are you running? Like, just stand there. So security is just trying to block them all out. So Jayla is so confused, but trying to put two to two together. She realizes that Natalie got into a fight. Scotty and Tasiki face when it happened was like mine, because I'm like, what's going on? So then security eventually separated them and they let them fight. We didn't really see what was going on, but from the looks of it, Natalie had her little 1-2s. Of course, they gotta have to let Natalie look good, because we all know Natalie is not a fighter. She always loses in her fights. So then they later pulled them backstage, and they're pretty much talking. Pretty much, Diamond explained the reason why she did what she did. It was because Natalie went on live and was talking shit about her. And, of course, when Natalie gets checked about what she did, she always want to play dumb. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? So you don't remember talking shit? So Diamond was just like, girl, you got my number. You got me on Instagram. You got me on social media. And you wanted to talk to me. You felt some kind of way. You had it. But instead, you wanted to be an asshole. She did that shit on purpose. And then Natalie, she starts following Diamond. She calls her a stripper. She calls her a clout chaser. She tells her she can't come back on stage. She can't come back on Baddies Africa. I'm just like, what clout is she chasing? Like, I'm just so confused. Like, you really, honest to God, think if she leaves Baddies or you remove her from Baddies, she gonna be broke? No, she's still gonna get money. Like, what is wrong with you? So then Rolly comes out. And immediately, Jayla starts pulling her hair back. And an audience member, like a few of them, they point out, run that fade, get her. I'm just like, what is going on? So they eventually started talking. They didn't fight. Jayla's just like, she felt disrespected by Rolly about the whole Tommy situation. Pretty much, like, Rolly felt like Jayla was laughing at her when the whole situation went down, and pretty much they squashed it. They hugged it out and stuff. But Rolly, what's his name? Bobby was like, let's talk about Scotty and Rolly. So I guess Rolly heard what Bobby said. So Rolly was like, Scotty, why your shoes is off? Why your shoes is off? She like, girl, just relax. Diamond just came and just attacked Natalie. And even Tasiki backed her up too. Like, it was because of this. I'm just like, girl, you acting all crazy for what? Like, it's not that serious. So, long story short, their issue was because of the whole comment, the whole apology Scotty made on her social media as far as the episode with Slim getting ganged up and attacked. Rolly felt like Scotty stabbed her in the back. It felt like she was playing, both sides of the field. But she also mentioned, like everybody else said, you did it for damage control. You did it to save face. Because you didn't want you was getting backlash over the internet. And I'm just like, girl. But the whole time when Scotty's explaining herself, Janisa is literally interrupting her. I'm like, Janisa, you see, I was with you before, but now this shit is getting real old. You're mad at the girl because she's messing with your man. Like, get over it. Like, you're a boss. Like, you're a boss bitch. Elevate. Go find better. Like, stop. This shit don't look cool. So then, Biggie comes out, Anna comes out, nothing really much happened. Tinka comes out, she appears pregnant, so everybody is just shocked, and I'm like, how? When the girl was covering her fucking, stomach with a pillow, like, I don't get it. So then DTB comes out, and immediately Natalie's pressed. I'm like, see, and this is where Natalie just doesn't understand. She does not have all the power. Lemmy, Zeus has the power. You telling this girl she can't come back. Look, she's back for Baddies Africa. You telling her she can't come back on the stage. Saucy and Janisa announced her back on the stage. Like, you really thought you had the last word, and you did not. So now Rolly and DTB is fighting. And that pretty much ends it. I'm not gonna lie, Zeus, y'all really losing me. Because I literally sat there, watched a whole hour of this. And shit didn't really start actually getting good until the end. Now I'm waiting for part 2, even part 3. Because shit really is gonna hit the fan. Because all these bitches is literally going WWE. It's giving Royal Rumble. But that's pretty much it. If you like to hear my y'all like this video, please give this a thumbs up. Comment down how y'all feel about this. And I'll see y'all on part 2 of the reunion.